everyone, my name's Alyssa. Welcome to my channel. Today I will be doing my daughter's 1 month update, which was actually 4 months ago now because she's 4 months, almost 5 months old. And it was just crazy going back and reading everything that had happened. It makes it feel like it was just yesterday. So the first day that we came back from the hospital was on the 12th, and she was born on the 10th. It was a Sunday. She was born on October 10th, which was a Sunday, and we came back on October 12th. So we came back on a Tuesday, and when we came back, I don't know if you can see our dog right here. Her name's Oakley. She's a golden retriever, and she was just 3 days under a year when Amelia, our daughter, was born. So Oakley got to meet Amelia, and that was such a beautiful interaction. She was actually staying with one of our friends while we were at the hospital, and I'm sure that Oakley was like super excited to just see us because she hadn't seen us for a couple days, so I'm sure she was really happy about that. But also, like, I feel like she kind of knew that like something was happening, and then when she actually met Amelia, it was so cute. She was just like so gentle, and she, like, you know how dogs, you can kind of see when they like smile, because she definitely has a smile to her that you can see. It was so cute to see her just interact with Amelia, and she was just sniffing her and just smiling constantly and just being so gentle. I also have written in my book that baby blues are real. I remember, I mean, I don't feel like I have baby blues anymore. I feel like they're gone, but it's just a lot of emotions having a baby. But I definitely cried over a lot of stuff, especially the first day even. I have written especially with breastfeeding because, like I said in my last video, that was very rough, and I'll talk more about that in a different video. But she was born at 5 pounds and 13 ounces, and she left the hospital at 4 pounds and 8 ounces, which is typical because babies lose a lot of the water weight and stuff, so it was normal. But the first appointment that we went to at the pediatrics, I believe I can't remember exactly her weight. I think it was like 5 pounds 6 ounces, maybe. No, maybe it's 5'5". Either way, she was losing weight, and they told us that we needed to feed her more and stuff, and it was just super difficult because she had jaundice, and it was super hard to keep her awake to feed her, and I can talk all about that too in another video because the first month was very rough. But to move on, the second pediatric appointment, which was a couple days after, she had gotten down to 5 pounds and 2 ounces, so that was even lower than before, and we just felt super devastated, like that we weren't doing a good job, and we were trying so hard to keep her awake, to feed her. She really wasn't eating much at all, and it was just hard to like keep her up because of the jaundice. And actually, I've written here that her jaundice was at 19.6 at that appointment, which is really high. And but they weren't, like, they were worried about that, but they weren't as worried about her weight, because as she would gain weight, her jaundice would go down. So they were just more worried about her weight and wanted us to get her weight up again. They told us that she needed to eat anywhere between 15 to 30 mLs, so half an ounce to an ounce every 3 hours. And I don't know if anybody's ever had a baby who had jaundice that high, but all they wanted to do is sleep constantly, just sleep, because they're just so tired and worn out. So it was difficult to keep her awake, to even just feed her that much, which is horrible, but we got through it. We did. So actually that same day we saw a lactation consultant because, like I said in my previous video and before that, I've struggled really hard with breastfeeding and latching but that also was because of her jaundice and her inability to stay awake for a while. But anyway, that lactation consultant, that was actually really sad. She made me cry because she told me, or she was saying that here, I have it written right here. She said that 37 weeks is too early for a baby and they always have problems at that age. And that really, really, like, especially just having a baby, all those emotions and everything. I mean, even right now, it would make me cry because it's not a very nice thing to say, because I had struggles with my pregnancy, that I had high blood pressure for the last couple of weeks leading up to her birth. And at the 37-week appointment, they told me that I needed to schedule an induction day because of my high risk of blood pressure and high risk of having a preeclampsia. And so I scheduled an induction day to be at 37 weeks, and I think it was 37 weeks and 2 days was my induction date. And it was just really sad that the lactation consultant would say that when I was the one who agreed to have her that early and to schedule that induction. So yeah, it made me cry. I don't know if the lactation consultant knew that made me cry. Also, it was just really hard to keep Amelia awake because of the jaundice again. She just was sleeping pretty much through the whole consultation. And that also made me cry too, because it just was pretty much adding fuel to the lady's fire of saying how 37 weeks is just too early. So definitely hurt me a little bit, that's for sure. Had been eating from my breast for 10 minutes on each side. Was she really eating at that moment or at that time? I don't know. I didn't really know what it was like to breastfeed, what it was supposed to feel like. Like I said, breastfeeding was difficult in the beginning, but yeah, I had no idea exactly if she was eating or not. And it was just, she was hardly staying awake too. But anyway, after feeding her off each side, so I thought, she would then take 30 mLs of my breast milk from a bottle every feeding. So it was a lot of work. I was feeding her on both sides for 10 minutes each, and then giving her a bottle, which would take a while because, once again, you have to try to keep her awake, and that was difficult. And then I would have to pump afterwards, at least 15 minutes, so that I had that breast milk to feed her for the next feeding. So it was a lot, and I feel like I was just constantly feeding her, like just constantly feeding her. On the 16th, I have written that Charlie saw her smile for the first time. I, of course, didn't see it, but I do have that written down, and I was super sad that I didn't see it. But I did get to see it later on, of course, and I see it all the time now, so I love it. And then I have written that she actually rolled on her side and then back to her back, and I think I remember the exact time that this happened. She was actually, it was nighttime and she was sleeping, and I don't know if I had gotten into bed or something, but she was in her swaddle and she had rolling on her side and then like back, and it absolutely freaked me out because I was scared that like she was gonna roll over in the middle of the night. So I'm pretty sure I did not sleep like that entire night because I was just terrified that something was gonna happen. Nothing did, obviously, but I was still scared. And actually after that, my mom, she had somebody at her work that had the like halo swaddles that like zip up, and then they have like the straps that go around, that sounds horrible, but the like Velcro straps that go around their arms so their arms are swaddled in. My mom ended up getting me, or borrowing those from a lady at her work, and I was so grateful for those. I actually got the next size up for her when she had grown out of those because I loved it so much. I have written that she lost her umbilical cord at night on the 16th, I think, or that night of the 16th. She had her first smile with like a small little like giggle cackle that babies do, little newborns do, I guess. It was super cute. And then I also have written that she had her first nail file at the end of October because those baby nails are so sharp and hurt, and I feel like I am constantly filing her nails. I do not clip them. I have one of those electric nail filers because I've heard horror stories about clipping baby's nails, and I don't want to do anything that will hurt her like that. So I definitely just file for now, and still do. So I probably will for a while because that just terrifies me. But anyway, that is her 1 month update. I will do her 2nd month update. That'll be posted next week. If you have any questions or anything, please feel free to leave a comment, like and subscribe, and I will see you in the next video.